What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about keeping your business growing and rolling, right? I think that a lot of times when you're in business for yourself as an entrepreneur, what happens is that you go stale sometimes. Have you ever been in a point in your career where you're doing something and you're doing good and you're doing well, and then all of a sudden it's like you just kind of go stale. You know what I mean? And the reason why people go stale is because we no longer are operating at the same level that you were operating when you first started the deal. Whatever it is that you're doing, just remember back to when you were doing your thing and when you were working, and when you started everything, you had this vision of what you were trying to do, and you had this vision of where you're trying to go. And for a lot of people, maybe you started your business out of necessity. You started your business or you started your industry because you were in a really rough spot. You were in a tight spot and you needed to do what you were doing. Like, you needed to be, you're just basically almost desperate. And I think that for a lot of us, you start doing well. And why? Because you're putting in the effort that you need to at that point in order to get your stuff done, in order to learn what you need to learn, in order to make money because of the necessity of it. And the hunger, the drive is very different than from after you start learning what you need to do and you start getting good at what you need to do. Now all of a sudden you got comfortable because you know what you need to do and you know how to do it so well that you can get the same results with less effort. And majority of the people, the reason why they stop climbing in their business, the reason why your business stagnates and your numbers, it's not growing, the profits aren't growing, you're not getting more contracts, you're not getting more sales, you're not getting more clients, you're not making more money, is because you, the person that was driving it in the beginning, is not the same person that was driving it before, right? You got to take a hard look at yourself and ask yourself, do I still have the same hunger that I had when I first started my deal? Like, the things that I wanted, the things that I needed back then, and the things that I was willing to do, willing to commit to, the things that I was willing to sacrifice in the beginning, is it still the same type of energy? Am I still bringing the same type of hunger each morning? Or are you letting go of the gas pedal a little bit, right? Like before, where it's like, oh, I gotta do this, I can't miss this, I gotta be up early. Now it's kind of like, oh, well, you know what? You negotiate the time a little bit. Okay, I could be a little bit later. I'll do that a little bit later. I'm okay. I'll get by. Has your mindset and has your attitude shifted from that beginning hunger that you had to now you understand and you know you're so good, you know how to coast? Like, you know how to get everything that you need done and look good and look pretty and get all the bills paid, and you're just coasting now. You have to take a look at that, because there are so many people that get comfortable because you've actually gotten pretty good at what you do. You got so good at what you do that you know how, it's almost like you've now learned how to cheat yourself. You learned how to get by in your business. You learn how to get by in your day. You learn how to get the results that you need to keep the doors open, to keep the business flowing, and we lost the hunger that you started with in the beginning, that need, that, man, I don't have any money. Man, I gotta pay these bills. Man, I'm broke. Man, I want to be the top girl. I want to be the top guy. I want to be this person. And it's like, most people lose that. That's why a lot of people come out of the gates and they do really well, and then all of a sudden they just taper off, or they tail off. Or there's some people that maybe you do something and you never even get to doing well. You just start going, and then it's just you just stay that way. So that's my question to you. If you see yourself in your business kind of tapering off and it's not growing, right? And no matter what level your business is on, you could be just starting off and you're already starting to taper off, or your business could have cracked $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million, whatever it may be. But are you stagnating, right? If you look at certain, like Nike is obviously a huge company, right? And there's tons of people that use Nike product. But if you look at the sneaker brands and the branding of the athletic brands, and you see another company that is coming up that now has, in my opinion, has surpassed them in terms of taking the market, popularity, branding, is Adidas. And why? Because Adidas is hungry. Adidas is continuing to innovate. Adidas is continuing to collaborate. They're continuing to do things to stay fresh, to stay new, to continue to capture the market share. Whereas a Nike is just, they're just coasting. They're king of the hill. You know, they got the most shoes, they got the most contracts, they got all the athletes, they got the Jordans, they got everything. They're already set. And not to say that it's not a great company and it's not a huge company, but at some point, then people will just start coasting, right? Are you that person? Are you the person that now you got to a place where you're only doing enough to keep afloat, to hold serve? And if that's enough right now, based on what you need and based on where you want to be and based on your goals, then you're fine. But remember all the things that we talk about and all the things that you say in terms of your goals and what you want to do, how you want to be successful. Yeah, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be the best in my industry, or whatever it may be. Okay, so then if you want to be that person, then are you coasting right now? Are you coasting, or are you hungry? Because if you're the person that's just comfortable right now, and you're the person that pretty much, there's a lot of people that just are taking their situation and their position for granted. If you take your position for granted, if you take your situation for granted, meaning the situation that you're blessed to be in right now, to have the business that you have right now, to have the customers, the clients, or the contracts that you have right now, to make the money that you make right now, and to live the life that you live right now. If you are somebody right now that you're blessed to have all these things going on in your life, but you're just basically the person that's taking it for granted, thinking that everything's going to stay the same, thinking that the business is just not going to change, the industry is not going to change, the world is not going to change, then what's going to happen, and it happens if you look at history, you look at life, you look at everything, what's going to happen is that there's another guy or there's another girl right now that's fucking hungry. And that person is going to take your seat. That person's going to take your spot. That person is going to take your position, because we're only playing, if you're only playing to not lose, there's another person that's playing to freaking win. There's another person that right now is up earlier than you. They're already grinding. They're already at it. They're already deep into their day. They're already more focused, more engaged in getting to where they need to go because they're trying to eat your food. They don't know it's your food. They don't know whose food it is, but they're just trying to eat the food. They're trying to snatch that plate. And so in the world of people who are taking things for granted and the people who are hungry, the world of people who are comfortable and the world of people who are hungry, which one are you? I know that everybody at some point was hungry, and maybe you're hungry now. So if you are, then you got to stay that way. If you're not, then you have to check yourself and you have to look at it. Shit, am I coasting right now? Am I just at a place where I'm not even close to where I need to be? But yet at the same time, I'm already beginning with the little bit of success that I have. I'm already beginning to take for granted my position, take for granted the money that I'm making, take for granted the things that is happening in my life, in my business. It's right. Like, are you moving into that place, but you haven't even yet come close to where you want to go or where you need to be? And it is very relevant for you, or it is very important for you to do this self-assessment and self-check. There's so many people that go through life and go through business, and we don't take a step back and look. It's like, shit, where's my hunger level at? Where's my hunger level at? Am I going as hard as I was when I was in the beginning? What do I need to do to refuel? What do I need to do to recalibrate? What do I need to do to reconnect, to re-engage into the things that I want? Who do I need to be around? What do I need to put into my head? And how do I reconnect to that thing or those things that's going to keep me at my best and keep sharpening my sword? Because success kills success. Right? Success kills success, because a lot of times we think that we're going to stay hungry all the way up to whatever your ultimate goal is, your major goal. But we fail to realize that most of us will accept a lot less than that goal. On the path and on the journey to that goal, you start gaining a little bit of success, and you say, hey, I want to get $1 million, or hey, I need $100,000 a year, or hey, I want X, whatever. I want to buy my mom a home, or I want to travel the world. But on that journey, we fail to realize that we're actually okay with $10,000, with $100,000 versus $1 million. We're actually okay with getting an apartment versus buying our mom a home. We're actually okay. Instead of traveling the world, you start going to like a couple trips, and then all of a sudden it's like you're coasting, you know? And I think that most people don't pay attention to when they start coasting, when they start getting comfortable, when we start really looking at it and we start taking things for granted. A lot of us don't really realize that this happens until you hit the wall, like a ton of bricks hit you. When things start dropping, when you start losing contracts, when your money starts going down, when you start losing momentum, you start losing people, you start losing deals. And all of a sudden it's like, man, what's happening? Why is it that right now I don't have the mojo anymore? Right now, why is it that I don't have the edge? What is it? And what it is, in that moment when you don't have the edge, in the moment when you've lost the momentum, like right now, if you've lost the momentum, if you're not in the right spot right now, you're going to look at what is going on right now that made me lose this momentum. And the reality is, it's not what's going on right now. It's how we got comfortable months ago. It's how you got comfortable a year ago. It's how you lost the hunger 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 months ago. All of those decisions and all of those things is what is giving you the result right now. And so periodically, we all have to do the self-check. You can't wait for Johnny to come on the morning kickoff and talk about it. You can't wait for Johnny to come and remind you. You can't wait for a friend or a mentor to come and remind you. As Jim Rohn says, what if he never shows up? What if they never come and remind you? What if they never tell you? Then you're never gonna know, right? So you have to look right now, like, are you operating at the best that you can? Are you doing everything that you were doing in the beginning, or are you not? Because if not, I'm telling you, I swear to you and I promise you, there is literally another guy, there is literally another girl right now that wants to be in your position, that wants everything that you got right now, or they're just gonna come and take it. They're literally, they're planning, they're plotting, they're working, they're hustling, they're waking up, they're doing everything that they need to do right now, and they're gonna be in that position. So make sure that you remind yourself of these things, okay? This is why people go stale in business. I don't care how big your business is. I don't care how little you could be literally stale in your business, and your business could be so small. You could literally be in an industry and you could be nobody and still go stale. And you could be $1 billion company going stale, right? It's because the leaders that run that organization, they're stale. They're old. They're not innovative. They're no longer hungry. They've now become complacent and just start expecting that I should be paid this money because I've been here. I should live this lifestyle because I put in this work, or I did these things before, etc. In life, you always have to make your payment. In life, you always have to stay relevant. You always have to stay current in order for you to reap the benefits and the rewards that you're getting, whether it's money, time, lifestyle, people, relationship, whatever it is. And too many people, they forget that, and that's why your business, your life, your income, everything, it starts going backwards, or it starts going down, right? So make sure that you pay attention to that, and pay attention to as you're building, as you're grinding, right? The new entrepreneurs, the difference between the new entrepreneurs and the seasoned entrepreneurs is that new entrepreneurs typically always want to go after the now money, the now success, the now gratification. And I get it, and I understand why. But the real seasoned entrepreneurs, the real big bosses, the real entrepreneurs, they understand about building something and doing something that creates an asset that basically is going to appreciate. You want to spend your time and you want to spend your energy to build an asset, or to build a business, or to build something that is going to appreciate over time. It's not necessarily that important that you're getting paid so much right now, or you're reaping all the rewards right now. Yes, you got to do what you need to do in order to have a little bit of fun, enjoy your journey, etc. But the real wealth comes from the time, the energy, the mind, the money, the investment that you make to go build an appreciating asset, something that's going to continually pay you back years from now. Years from now, what you're doing, the time that you're putting in, the effort that you're putting in, the money that you're putting in, the things that you're not doing now, is that going to turn into something that appreciates, and it's going to pay you back not just tenfolds but 100folds, right? That's really, 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 really the difference between the seasoned entrepreneurs and the new entrepreneurs, where the new ones, they're excited with just a couple shiny things, right? But the real big bosses, they really understand what's going to pay me back a while from now and what's going to continue to pay me for a long time from now. Because if I'm going to invest and I'm going to really put in some time, and when I say invest, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about money, I'm talking about time, I'm talking about your mind, I'm talking about your heart, like all these things, then what am I building and how is this thing going to appreciate, right? Like that's what you and that's what everybody needs to do if you want to play in this game for a long time and you want to get paid for a long time. Paid in money, paid in time, paid in just, I mean, money is actually, this is a whole nother topic, but money's worth less and less now. But you got to remind yourself along this journey, are you still hungry? Are you still the same person that you were when you started your business, when you started this thing? Or have you gotten comfortable where you're at right now and you're in the beginning of your decline and you don't even know it? Self-check yourself, look into it, introspect into this thing, and recalibrate, refocus, reconnect on what you need to do so that you can still stay going after those goals and you stay growing. All right, that's my message for you guys today. I hope that it gets to somebody here today. I hope it helps you guys. Like it, share it. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. All right, we out. Let's go.